Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast, inspiring real women with a passion for fishing and the outdoors to go get their adventure on. Now, here's your fearless host, Angie Scott.
All right, Angie Scott with the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast. I'm up on Lake Erie right now in a really nice fishing boat with Captain Mark Kalick from Bay's Edge, Mark One Sport Fishing. Thanks for having us up here, Mark.
Hey, you brought a great crew. I've enjoyed these girls. They've been working hard all day, and now with them being on camera a little bit, we're filming the Midwest Outdoors. They all want to get on that TV show, so they're fishing hard so that next fish gets to be on film.
So talk a little bit about the boat, first of all. This is my second time being up here. New boat last year, right? And we were trolling last time I was up here. We're casting this time. Talk a little bit about all that.
Yeah, this boat is pretty special. It's 36 foot, 14 beam. So especially when we're doing stuff like this, TV and stuff, there's just a lot of room in it. And I really wanted to emphasize you being such a good fisherman. You know, trollers are catching them well up here. If you ever want to come up and you're novice fishing and you want to troll, they're catching a lot of fish. This is a little bit harder, but I know how good of a fisherman you are and a fisherwoman and across the country, and you brought me three other great girls, and this is tougher, but when you catch these fish, it's an accomplishment, and we've had a nice 2 days.
Yeah, day one was a little rainy and cold, but we fished hard through it, caught some nice fish yesterday. And we had a little event last night at, what was the place called?
It was called the Bait House. And Don Clemens, as many of you know, and Angie was talking a little bit about it, we had some severe weather the end of last week. And, you know, you never want to say you should have been here last week, but the fishing was unbelievable. And we had what the South would call a hurricane up here, and it flooded a lot of stuff. So actually, he really stepped it up. He had 3 feet of water in that bar last Saturday. And we're seeing a little bit of effects of it out here on the lake for the fishing, but we're catching fish. It's the walleye capital of the world, and we're still doing okay in catching, but it affected things a little bit here. But you know what? When you got really good fishermen, when you're casting, you work hard, you still catch your walleyes.
Yeah, and two of the ladies I brought with me have never fished for walleye before, so this is their first time. You did a great job coaching us the other morning on what we needed to do. And they've been doing a great job. So we got Brittany Howard here that I've had on the podcast before. And then Tiff came with her, and they're both just crushing it out there.
Yep, and Dana, every one of them here has worked hard to just do it right. Cast out the back, let it swing. Of course, you'll learn that if you come up here fishing. And the girls have just done a great job listening and catching.
All right, and we got a fun night ahead of us tonight when we get off the water. Talk about what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, Marla's going to be ready for us tonight. Last night was a little bit more fun and just excitement, and the town of Port Clinton sent out some of the heavy hitters to meet them. And I tell you what, wait till the print comes out, because the town was just enamored with Angie, Brittany, and just everybody. I mean, they just said how wonderful you are, and you know what? That means a lot. And tonight, Marla, the Crow's Nest up here, great place to eat, quality food. And tonight's just going to be a laid back, our end of our 2 days, sit down, and a beautiful dinner tonight to eat.
And we caught some nice fish that we're going to eat. So.
Yeah, we're going to cook some walleyes. They always have a special in there. X amount of dollars, you bring in your own walleye, and then you get a salad and the sides and stuff, and they do that also. Or, of course, you can order off the menu. So we're going to mix it up tonight, have a great night, and close it out. And Angie, your class, thank you very much. Great time up here, and thanks for bringing some great ladies to go fishing.
All right, thanks so much for inviting us. Can't thank you enough for this experience, and hope we get to come back up here again.
You're always invited. I really feel good on a trip when someone like Brittany here comes up and is excited and happy and wants to come back up in July. That makes me feel good, so stay tuned. We're going to be back.
All right, you're a great captain. Thanks again, Mark. All right, so I'm sitting down. We're still on Lake Erie here in the boat. Fishing slowed down just a little bit this afternoon, so I got a little bit of time to chat with the ladies that came up for this trip. So I'm sitting down with Tiff.
Hey.
You came with Brittany. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, you're catching some fish.
I've caught some bigger fish than I've caught in a while, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or ever, really. I've never caught a walleye, so...
Yeah, so talk about that. What do you think of these toothy fish?
It's not as scary as I thought it would be, handling them, but it's really awesome. They have a really subtle, hit, and it's really fun to learn how to figure them out. And, even the little ones, they fight really hard, so it makes it super fun. And I caught it like a 24-inch one yesterday, and it was so exciting.
Yeah, you got big fish of the day for us yesterday, so good job.
Thank you. It was an honor.
So we caught some walleye. We're getting some other fish as well. Catfish. I think you caught a pretty big catfish today, right?
I did. I caught a huge catfish. I haven't caught a huge catfish since I was a kid because normally I don't fish for them. So that was a nice surprise. I didn't even know to expect that.
So us Southerners come up here to Lake Erie fishing for walleye, and we're pulling up some nice catfish.
That's right. 8 hours away, and you're catching catfish as big or bigger than in the South. It's awesome.
Well, thanks for coming up here. It's been a super fun time. I look forward to this evening, sitting down, having a nice dinner, trying some fish, and it's hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much. You always take us out on really great trips, and this was so awesome. It's all thanks to you and thanks to Mark, and we're having a great time, and everyone should come up here and check it out. It's awesome.
All right. Okay, so now I'm chatting with Brittany Howard. Brittany, you've been on the podcast before, so thanks for coming up here, and hope you've been having a good time.
Hey, Angie, thanks for inviting me. I've had a ball.
So today has been a little more exciting than yesterday. We did catch some good fish yesterday, but we did have to contend with some pretty cold weather and some rain, and this has been a much, much more pleasant day out here.
I'll say it. Today was great. I'll talk about yesterday a little bit just because it's more dramatic. Weather conditions like that will really test your mettle as a fisherman. Nonetheless, we caught a cooler full of fish. We're going to eat them tonight, and all is well. And today we have much better conditions. It's a beautiful day out here on the boat, and yeah, we're reeling them in.
Yeah. And, we really didn't come prepared, to be honest, because the forecast was not calling for what happened yesterday. So maybe if we had all our full gear and some extra layers on, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, that would have been great. It would have been great if I was prepared. Today I brought some extra clothes because yesterday I just was getting wiped out. The cold and your body's trying so hard to stay warm. And, I just took about 50 naps on the boat yesterday.
Well, it's relaxing out here. You got the waves rocking and the sound of the boat if we're moving from one spot to another. So it's kind of calming.
And the beautiful color of the water, too. It's like this strange blue-green.
Yeah. All right, so you had some fun catches on this trip. So you never caught walleye before, and you've had some pretty awesome fights with some drum. Talk about that.
Yeah, I guess I caught a trophy drum out here. Huge. I took a photo with it, and that was cool. And as far as the walleye go, it's just always fun to catch a new species. And I've been on the boat here with a biologist learning about the fish and learning about the ecosystem of the water here. And yeah, it's been cool.
You gonna have some sore muscles, you think, after reeling in all those drum?
Nah, I'm strong.
That's right. You do weightlifting, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm doing my first powerlifting competition June 26th. You guys wish me luck.
Oh, good luck with that.
Thanks.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you back to catching some fish, and thank you so much for coming up. It's been a blast.
Oh, Angie, thanks so much. I'll go anytime.
All right. All right, so I also have my wife Dana here. She's my assistant. Couldn't do half the things I do without her. She takes care of all the behind-the-scenes stuff. So, she almost had a fish. That's what happens. You get distracted. Oh, it's back. Oh my gosh. We're live on the podcast, and Dana's got she lost it. That's okay. This happens. Out here. Cleaned the hook.
I'll get them.
Yep. These walleye, they're kind of sneaky sometimes. You got to really make sure you get a good hook set in them, and if you're distracted by a podcaster interviewing, that can be a little bit difficult. So, have you been having a good time?
I have. It's been a blast. Even the weather yesterday sucked, but we pulled through and made it and had a good night last night, and today's been awesome.
You caught some good fish. Think you're going to be on the television show?
I think so. I caught several.
Not your first time being on TV, but...
No, just in a different manner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, awesome. Looking forward to having some walleye tonight?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm starving right now.
It's one of your favorite fish to eat.
It is my favorite.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we can bring some home as well and share them with the people back home. And it's been a good trip.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So as I mentioned, we ended the last night with a great walleye dinner at a restaurant in Port Clinton called the Crow's Nest, which is right by the marina where Mark I Sport Fishing keeps their fleet. And they have a deal where you bring in your catch and they can prepare it for you. I didn't get a chance to interview Marla, who's one of the owners, while we were there, but we did have a quick phone call over the weekend and I was able to get the scoop. So Marla, talk about the fabulous dinner we had.
So when our charter groups bring it in cleaned and filleted, we can fry it, we can blacken it, or we can saute it. And we usually recommend they get some of each, so they can have it all three ways. And then it comes with two different sides.
So it sounded like the consensus was the blackened was the hit of the night.
So that's my favorite. So it is a secret spice that my husband will not divulge. But it basically has kind of it's almost like a Cajun seasoning. We do use a little bit of, there's a local place around here that it's called Dad's Wing Spice. So we use a little bit in that. So it does have a Cajun flavoring to it. And so that's not breaded. So that's basically just spiced, and then we just pass it through the oven and it's perfect. So it's kind of like the sauteed. It just has the blackening spice in it. It's so good. That was what I ate because, my husband and I are doing the keto diet, so I couldn't have anything breaded. So I was like, blackened, done.
All right. Thank you, Marla, for the wonderful dinner and for taking some time out of your busy weekend to fill us in on how you guys do that. It was so good. My favorite was the breaded with the Drake's seasoning. So we're going to go out to GFS and get us some of that and do ours that way because we did get to take a lot of walleye home. Can't wait to share it with our friends, and we can't wait to come back up next month and do some smallmouth fishing, which is going to be a little bit different, but a lot of fun. And thank you to Mark for inviting us back up for that. We're all super stoked and cannot wait to get back up to Bay's Edge. If you guys want an awesome trip where you have nice accommodations, great captains, super friendly and helpful, and all are ready to teach in a very relaxed, laid-back way, check out Mark I Sport Fishing and Bay's Edge Resort in Port Clinton on Lake Erie, the walleye capital of the world. You will have a blast, and stay tuned for more. Can't wait, like I said, to get back up there, and hopefully we get to fish with Marla as well this time, and it's going to be a ball. Thanks everyone for listening. Stay tuned for next week's episode, Tight Lines.